Yeah, it's a good story, isn't it? Yeah, it's one of my favorites. How was your first day? Was it good? Or I guess today was your second day, wasn't it? Welcome everyone, Shabbat Shalom. We'll get started in just a couple minutes.
Lovely. Oh, let me go and fix that.
What? Yeah, we're not using that right now. I know, it's kind of a mix. Some people like that a lot. Some people prefer it without that. What?
Page 128. Hine matov u'manayim shevet achim gam yachad. Hine matov u'manayim shevet achim gam yachad. Hine matov u'manayim שבת אחים גם יחד, הנה מה טוב ומה נעים, שבת אחים גם יחד, הנה מה טוב ומה נעים, שבת אחים גם יחד, הנה מה טוב ומה נעים, שבת אחים גם יחד, הנה מה טוב ומה נעים, שבת אחים גם יחד, הנה מה טוב ומה נעים, שבת אחים גם יחד.
How good and pleasant it is for all of us to join here together for Shabbat. So Shabbat Shalom, everyone.
Shabbat Shalom.
Coming into services, there were a couple people who said to me, you know, I'm ready for Shabbat. And each week we really are given this gift. We're given this time to be in a holy place, whether we're physically in the sanctuary or we're joining from our homes or wherever we are online, to focus for an hour or so on prayer, on ourselves, on our relationship with God, and perhaps our relationship with one another. Tonight is a special service because we're welcoming in not only the Sabbath day, but also the month of Elul, and with it, the start of our High Holy Day season. But it is also special because it happens to be the cantor's birthday. And in honor of the cantor and his fabulous family that put together a really beautiful oneg outside for after services, I would like to invite all of you up to help lead us in the Shabbat Candles. We're on page 121.
As these Shabbat candles give light to all who behold them, so may we, by our lives, give light to all who behold us. As their brightness reminds us of the generations of Israel who have kindled light, so may we, in our own day, be among those who kindle light. Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kishanu b'mitzvotav, v'tzivanu lehadlik ner shel Shabbat.
Amen.
Blessed are you, Adonai our God, sovereign of the universe, who hallows us with mitzvot, commanding us to kindle the light of Shabbat.
Thank you so much. Shabbat Shalom. And we are going to continue welcoming Shabbat with Yedi Nefesh on page 128. And there's a reason that we chose this particular prayer, which is that the month of Elul is an acronym for Ani L'Dodi V'Dodi Li. I am my beloved's and my beloved is mine. It's a month that's all about uplifting the relationships in our lives. And Yedi Nefesh is indeed a love song between the Jewish people and God.
ידיד נפש אב הרחמן, ידיד נפש אב הרחמן, משוך עבדך יא לה 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 אל רצונך. ירוץ עבדך כמו אייל, ישתחווה אלי יא לה 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 אל מול הדרך. ירוץ עבדך כמו אייל, ישתחווה אלי יא לה 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 אל מול הדרך. We turn to page 131, where we sing a new song for this new month of Elul and almost this new year. Shiru l'Adonai kol haaretz, shiru l'Adonai shir chadash, shiru l'Adonai kol haaretz, shiru l'Adonai shir chadash. Sing unto God all the earth a new song. I will sing unto God a new song. Sing unto God and we'll all sing along. All the earth a new song unto God. Shiru l'Adonai kol haaretz, shiru l'Adonai shir chadash. I will sing unto God a new song.
We continue with Lachadu D on page 138.
לך דודי לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקבלה. לך דודי לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקבלה. שמור וזכור בדיבורך, השמיענו אל המיוחד. אדוני אחד ושמו אחד, לשם ולתפארת ולתהילה. לך דודי לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקבלה. לך דודי לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקבלה. לקראת שבת לכו ונלכה, כי היא מקור הברכה. מראש מקדם נסוכה, סוף מעשה במחשבה תחילה. לך דודי לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקבלה. לך דודי לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקבלה. התעוררי, התעוררי, כי באורך קומי אורי, 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 שיר דברי, כבורני עלייך נגלה. לך דודי לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקבלה. לך דודי לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקבלה.
embody your spirit and face our entranceway.
בואי ושלום עטרת מעלה, גם בשמחה ובצהלה, תוך אמוני עם סגולה. בואי חלה, בואי חלה, לך דודי לקראת כלה, הנה שבת נקבלה. לך דודי לקראת כלה, הנה שבת נקבלה.
And since we are all standing, what a wonderful opportunity to greet one another and offer a Shabbat Shalom, and for all our friends online to do the same.
Oh, the sound of voices, it's so nice.
And as one community together, knowing that we will have more schmooze time after the service, we are going to bring ourselves together as we are called to worship. Baruch Hu 146.
Yalla lai lai lai, 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 yalla lai lai lai. Am I awake? Am I prepared? Are you Can you hear my voice? Can you understand? Am I awake? Am I prepared? Baruch Hu et Adonai HaMevorach.
Baruch Adonai HaMevorach, Le'olam va'ed,
Le'olam va'ed. Yalla lai lai lai, 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 yalla lai lai lai.
Holy is twilight, the realm of in-between. And so our sages taught, pray in the moments when light and darkness touch. We are all twilight people, beyond categories and labels. May the sacred in-between of this evening suspend our certainties, soften our judgments, and widen our vision. Let it illumine our way to the God who transcends boundaries and definitions. Blessed are you, God of all, who brings on the twilight. On the bottom of page 148, we read together, Baruch atah Adonai, Hama'ariv Aravim. Everlasting love you offer your people Israel, page 150. Everlasting love you offer your people Israel by teaching us Torah and mitzvot, laws and precepts. Therefore, Adonai, our God, when we lie down and when we rise up, we will meditate on your laws and your commandments. We will rejoice in your Torah forever. Day and night, we will reflect on them, for they are our life, and doing them lengthens our days. Never remove your love from us. Praise to you, Adonai, who loves your people Israel. Baruch atah Adonai, Ohev Amo Yisrael.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. 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 Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto Le'olam Va'ed.
You may be seated as we turn to 154.
ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודיך. והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבביך, ושיננתם לבניך ודיברת בם בשבתך בביתך ובלכתך בדרך ובשוכבך ובקומך, וקשרתם לאות על ידיך והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך, וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך, למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותיי והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים להיות לכם לאלוהים. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אדוני אלוהיכם אמת.
We turn to page 157. Standing on the parted shores of history, we still believe what we were taught before ever we stood at Sinai's foot, that wherever we go, it is eternally Egypt, that there is a better place, a promised land, that the winding way to that promise passes through the wilderness, and that there is no way to get from here to there except by joining hands and marching together. We continue with Michamocha, 158.
כמוך נדר בקודש, מי כמוך באלים אדוני, מי כמוך נדר בקודש. נורא תהילות אוסף אלה, נורא תהילות אוסף אלה, אדוני ימלוך לעולם ועד. מלכותך ראו בניך, חוקי הים לפני משה ומרים. זה אלי ענו ואמרו, זה אלי ענו ואמרו, אדוני ימלוך לעולם ועד. La lai 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 lai. ונאמר כי בד אדוני את יעקב וגאה לו מיד חזק ממנו ברוך אתה אדוני גאל ישראל.
Each night our prayers include the Hashkivenu, this prayer just asking God to look out for us, this reminder that whenever things aren't quite going our way, that we're not alone, that there are other people who understand what we're going through, that God is always there with us. We offer this prayer hoping that we can feel God's presence and we can feel the love of one another.
השכיבנו אדוני אלוהינו לשלום והעמידנו שומרנו לחיים. השכיבנו אדוני אלוהינו לשלום והעמידנו שומרנו לחיים ופרוס עלינו סוכת שלומך ושמור צאתנו ובואנו ופרוס עלינו סוכת שלומך ושמור צאתנו ובואנו. השכיבנו אדוני אלוהינו לשלום והעמידנו שומרנו לחיים. ברוך אתה אדוני הפורס סוכת שלום עלינו ועל כל עמו ישראל ועל ירושלים. We continue with the words of Vishamru, page 162. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם ביני ובין בני ישראל אותי לעולם. כי ששת ימים עשה אדוני את השמיים ואת הארץ וביום השביעי שבת ויהי נפש שבת ויהי נפש שבת ויהי נפש.
on page 163. We are a people in whom the past endures, in whom the present is inconceivable without moments gone by. The Exodus lasted a moment enduring forever. What happened once upon a time happens all the time. We prepare ourselves for the Amidah on page 164, and I invite you to rise in body or in spirit.
Adonai sefatai tiftach ufi hagi teilatecha. Adonai, open up my lips that my mouth may declare your praise. Yalla lai lai lai, 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 yalla lai lai lai. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu v'Elohei Avoteinu v'Imotenu, Elohei Avraham, Elohei Yitzchak v'Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel v'Elohei Leah, Ha'el Hagadol, Hagibor v'Hanora, El Elyon, Gomel Chasadim Tovim, V'Konei Hakol, V'Zocher Chasdei Avot v'Imahot, U'Mevii Geula Livnei Bneihem, Leman Shemo Be'ahava, Melech Ozer U'Moshia U'Magen. Baruch atah Adonai, Magen Avraham v'Ezrat Sarah. אתה גיבור לעולם אדוני, מחיי הכל אתה רב להושיע, מוריד הטל, מכלכל חיים בחסד, מחיי הכל ברחמים רבים, סומך נופלים ורופא חולים, ומתיר אסורים, ומקיים אמונתו, לשני עפר, מי כמוך בעל גבורות, ומי דומה לך, מלך ממית ומחיה, ומצמיח ישוע, ונאמן אתה להחיות הכל. ברוך אתה אדוני, מחיי הכל. אתה קדוש ושמך קדוש, וקדושים בכל יום יהללוך סלה. ברוך אתה אדוני, האל הקדוש.
Please continue with the words of the page through page 181, or with the prayers of your hearts. Whenever you feel ready, you may be seated.
רצון אמרי פי, יהיו לרצון אמרי פי, והגיון ליבי לפניך, אדוני צורי וגואלי. Oh, may the words of my mouth, the meditations of my heart be acceptable to you, Adonai, my rock and my redeemer. Oh, say shalom bimromav, v'ya'aseh shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael, ve'imeru, ve'imeru.
We continue, there we go. We continue with our Torah service on page 364 as we turn to Parshat Re'eh that we're going to be reading from this evening. But first, as we prepare to take our Torah out, I want to invite you to rise once more in body or in spirit.
Yerushalayim, Mitzion, Tetzei Torah, Udvar Adonai Yerushalayim, Mitzion, Tetzei Torah, Udvar Adonai Yerushalayim, Mitzion, Tetzei Torah, Udvar Adonai Yerushalayim. Baruch שנתן תורה לעמו ישראל, ברוך שנתן תורה לעמו ישראל, בקדושת מציון תצא תורה ודבר אדוני מירושלים, מציון תצא תורה ודבר אדוני מירושלים. שמע ישראל, אדוני אלוהינו, אדוני אחד, אחד אלוהינו, גדול אדוננו, קדוש שמו, גדול אדוני איתי, ונרוממה שמו יחדיו. לך אדוני הגדולה והגבורה והתפארת והנצח וההוד, כי כל בשמיים ובארץ, כי כל בשמיים ובארץ. לך אדוני הממלכה, תמיד נעשה לכל ראש.
You may be seated. So we are going to be reading from Parshat Re'eh, and that's Deuteronomy chapter 15, starting with verse 1, for anyone who has the text in front of them. And for the honor of the Aliyah, I'd love to invite up anyone who has a birthday or an anniversary in the month of August, knowing that I have one person right next to me over here. So you're not on your own. And there is a blessing right over there for anyone who would like it. Wonderful. We have a few birthdays to celebrate, it looks like.
Indeed. Okay, we ready to bless? Right here. 1, 2, 3. Baruch hu et Adonai hamvorach. Baruch Adonai hamvorach leolam vaed. Baruch ata Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam. Asher bachar banu mikol ha'amim. ונתן לנו את תורתו, ברוך אתה אדוני נותן התורה.
אמן.
מקץ 7 שנים תעשה שמיטה, וזה דבר השמיטה שמות כל בעל מה שידו אשר ישה ברעהו לא יגוס את רעהו ואת אח אחיו, כי קרא שמיטה לאדוני. את הנוכרי תגוס, ואשר יהיה לך את אחיך תשמט ידך אפס. כי לא יהיה בך אביון, כי יברכך אדוני בארץ, אשר אדוני אלוהיך נותן לך נחלה לרשתה. רק אם שמוע תשמע בקול אדוני אלוהיך, לשמור לעשות את כל המצווה הזאת אשר אנוכי מצווך היום, כי אדוני אלוהיך ברכך כאשר דיבר לך, והעבדת גויים רבים, ואתה לא תעבוד, ומשלת בגויים רבים, ובך לא ימשולו. אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם, אשר נתן לנו תורת אמת וחיי עולם נטע בתוכנו. ברוך אתה אדוני נותן התורה. Amen. I wasn't kicking you off. I wanted you to be there.
So who here is celebrating a birthday? So you're celebrating an anniversary? Anniversary? So you have double duty. You get 2 blessings today. That's wonderful. And for everyone who's online, please write in the chat so we can include you as well in our birthday blessings and our anniversary blessings if you happen to be celebrating anything. And if you choose not to let us know right now, that's okay. No, you're still included in these blessings. Everyone deserves a best birthday blessing. Eric Hamburg is also celebrating a big birthday, Pam says. Wonderful. We hope it's wonderful. Barry Tyson is 86 today. Wonderful. What a delightful thing to celebrate. So I'd love to offer all of you a blessing who are celebrating your birthdays, all of you online, to offer these words to you. Mishaberach Avotenu v'Yemotenu, May the one who blessed our ancestors bless each of you as you celebrate your birthday. May you be blessed with good health and joy and a lot of delicious food. I have a feeling we'll get a good start on that tonight, right? As you celebrate another year around the sun, may you reflect on the blessings from this past year, moments of fulfillment and joy, moments of growth, of challenges overcome, of wisdom gained. May this next year be filled with new adventures, with deep friendships, acceptance, and love. May you have the courage to try new things. May your house be spared from blackouts. May you have an umbrella when it rains and a jacket when it cools. May your favorite song come on the radio just when you need a pick-me-up. May you be blessed to witness stunning sunsets, share conversations, and make memories that last a lifetime with people that you love deeply. But above all, may you know that you are seen, loved, and appreciated for all that you are. May you go from strength to strength and from blessing to blessing. Ad mea vesrim. May you live for 120 years or more. Mazel tov, congratulations to all of you. Happy birthday. So for everyone who is celebrating a birthday but not an anniversary, I invite you to sit down. And I see also that we had another birthday. Peter, happy birthday to you too. You were definitely included in that as well. And is there anyone online who's celebrating an anniversary? I saw one in the chat a moment ago. Jim and Leanne celebrating their 21st anniversary. Fabulous. And I know I can't always ask people how old they are, though I think every year is a celebration, but I think I probably can ask how many years you've been married. So what anniversary are you celebrating this year?
16.
16, fabulous. And how many years have you been together?
54 years and 12 days. Wow.
I like that you're counting the days too, because every day is a blessing, right? Absolutely. So I'd love to offer this blessing to all of you. Mishaberach avotenu v'imotenu. May the one who blessed our ancestors under the canopy of life commitment bless you as you celebrate your anniversary. May your love grow stronger in this coming year as you develop an even greater respect for the person with whom you fell in love so many years ago. May you have plenty of opportunities to recall all the experiences that you have lived through together, times of challenge and times of great joy. May you be reassured that your love will sustain you in the days, months, and years ahead. May this next year be more wonderful, full with more wonderful adventures together. May you surprise one another with thoughtful gestures. May you take the time to see one another. May you never hesitate to share just how much you care. May the blessings you've enjoyed continue to overflow with health and goodness, with joy and life-affirming spirit filling your hearts. May your love grow stronger with each and every passing day. Mazel tov, congratulations, and I look forward to many, many more of these blessings in the years ahead. With all these blessings in our hearts, we lift the Torah for all to see. So I want to invite you one more time to rise in body or in spirit.
וזאת התורה אשר שם משה לפני בני ישראל על פי אדוני ביד משה. וזאת התורה, וזאת התורה, וזאת התורה אשר שם משה, וזאת התורה אשר שם משה לפני בני ישראל, לפני בני ישראל. וזאת התורה, 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 וזאת התורה.
You may be seated. And a couple of weeks ago, I remarked that there are some special Haftarah portions that lead into the High Holy Day season. For the last 7 weeks leading into Rosh Hashanah, there are all of these beautiful Haftarah portions of comfort. Well, tonight we're going to be reading yet another one of those Haftarah portions, except this one also has something extra special to it too, which is that these are the very same verses that the cantor read when he became a bar mitzvah.
It's a really long time ago.
I didn't ask how old you were.
Exactly. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher bachar bנביאים טובים רצה בדבריהם הנאמרים באמת Baruch atah Adonai הבוחר בתורה ובמשה עבדו ובישראל עמו ובנביאי האמת והצדק. I have to giggle, I'm so sorry. Almost 40 years ago, my mother begged me to record my Haftarah so that she would have it in my voice then. And finally, it's getting recorded tonight. And so I had to giggle right in the middle of that. אני הסוהרה לא נוחמה, הנה אנוכי מרביץ בפוך אבנייך, ויסדתיך בספירים, ושמתיך עד קודשים שותייך, ושערייך לאבני אקדח, וכל גבולך לאבני חפץ, וכל בנייך לימודי אדוני, ורב שלום בנייך. בצדקה תיכונני, רחקי מעושק כי לא תיראי, וממחיתה כי לא תקרב אלייך. הן גור יגור אפס מאותי, מגר איתך עלייך ייפול, הנה אנוכי בראתי חרש, נופח באש פחם ומוציא חלי למעשהו ואנוכי בראתי משחית לחבל כל כלי יוצר עלייך לא יצלח וכל לשון תקום איתך למשפט תרשיעי. זאת נחלת עבדי אדוני וצדקתם מאיתי נאום אדוני. ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם צור כל העולמים צדיק בכל הדורות האל הנאמן האומר ועושה המדבר ומקיים שכל דבריו אמת וצדק על התורה ועל עבודה ועל הנביאים ועל יום השבת הזה שנתת לנו אדוני אלוהינו לקדושה ולמנוחה לכבוד ולתפארת. על הכל, אדוני אלוהינו, אנחנו מודים לך ומברכים אותך. יתברך שמך בפי כל חי, תמיד לעולם ועד. ברוך אתה, אדוני, מקדש השבת. אמן. ברוך תהי.
And traditionally, yes, I know. Very nice. Throwing some candy your way. We'll just enjoy food together afterwards instead.
Exactly.
We've done that. We've done the pies in the face. We're not doing that tonight. But it is not traditional to read Haftarah in the evening, of course. But there is an opportunity for us to delve into some of these special portions. And so I'm so grateful that we could hear this one tonight and be able to bring that into our Shabbat experience. And as we transition in the presence of the Torah, we offer blessings of healing. We're going to be offering the blessing that was written by Alden Salavi. If you take out your books and you actually turn to the inside back cover, I believe, the blessing is in your book so you can follow along. We thank all of our volunteers for helping with that to make that possible. We're going to offer that prayer, and we're going to offer our Mishaberach prayer as well. As I go around the room, I invite you to say aloud the name of anyone for whom you'd like to offer either prayer. And all of you online, please feel free to write in the chat anyone for whom you'd like to say this prayer as well.
Carol Zeifman, Robin Gregson, Pat Lade.
Also looking online at some of the names of people we're thinking about. Rima Blond and Sarah Landisman, Sunny Felberg, Susie Felberg, Josh Montgomery, Christine Hampsey, and Cassie Felberg, Joshua Strock, Dina Feynman, Beth Goodnow, Leah Gerber, Michael Larocco and Cindy Laporte, Larry Ponseggi, Karen Lavoie, Judah Rosen and Faith Goldman, Pamela Ross, Richard Hurwitz, Daniel Page, Marty Spiegel, the Landisman family, and Dee. For everyone else we hold in our hearts, we offer this prayer. God of our mothers and fathers, watch over all who live with genetic disorders, life-threatening medical conditions, and chronic or degenerative conditions. Bless them with endurance and resilience, fortitude and hope, with opportunities to thrive and shine even as their conditions progress. Watch over them, their families and friends, our community, and all of humankind. We pray for the wisdom and insight to see each member of our community with clear eyes and an open heart. As another human being, a whole person with hopes and dreams, proud of who they are, striving to be their best selves, struggling with this life and loving it too, as we all do. Rock and shelter, grant us all the ability to see each other's humanity clearly, to cherish each other's individuality, to care deeply about one another, to mourn our losses and celebrate our victories together, so that we live, act, pray as one community of care and blessing. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, hamichin mitzadeh gaver. Blessed are you, Adonai our God, ruler of the universe, who strengthens our steps. Page 371.
May the source of strength, who blessed the ones before us, help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say, Love, let us say, Amen. Baruch atah Adonai, Rofeh HaCholim. Blessed are you, God, whose healing presence is with all of those in need, as we all say, Amen.
What would you like to let go of? What is holding you back from living your best? In this week's Torah portion, Moses addresses what can be done when the burden we carry becomes just a little too much. Among the many topics that Moses describes in this week's Torah portion, one is about the remission of debts. Every 7th year, you should practice a remission of debts, our Torah reads. Every 7 years, debts were to be forgiven, loans were to be expunged. Before I go on, please know that I'm not talking about student loan debt. This Devar Torah was thought through before the news about that, though its relevance to this week's Torah portion is certainly notable. But instead, I want to discuss the symbolism of this Torah portion. After all, it's unclear that this release of debts was ever actually done, ever actually practiced. But even still, these laws received a great deal of attention, mentioned at least in 3 different Torah portions. First century Rabbi Hillel created a number of rules to ensure that if it were ever to be carried out, the spirit of these rules would always remain intact. So why is it so important to expound upon these rules that were written, but likely never actually practiced? I believe it's because of what they symbolize and what they have to teach, especially at this particular time of year. Understanding that so much of life is outside of our hands, we've had that lesson so many times over the past few years. The Torah recognized that unforeseen hardships could force someone into a substantial debt from which they might have a very hard time recovering. The rules around the debt in the 7th year were meant as a safety net, that every 7 years these debts would just be completely released so that people could live their lives without holding on to that. It was a way of releasing that which held them back from a future of economic promise. There was something holding them back from living life to the fullest, and now they had the opportunity to leave that burden behind. What an apt metaphor for the High Holy Day season. In just a few minutes, we're going to be saying the blessings to welcome in the Hebrew month of Elul. This month, we strive to consider the ways in which we are living. What, like the debt in this week's Torah portion, are we ready to expunge? Is there anger or frustration that is lingering too fully in our hearts, taking up room that could be used for something more productive? Do we possess negative self-talk, convincing ourselves that we're not good enough or thin enough, not strong enough or perfect enough? Are we stubbornly holding on to the idea that we can predict the future when COVID or health challenges so often show us that there is much that is outside of our control? Are we holding on to resentments that are keeping us back from building upon the relationships that we can have with other people? Today, we are about to welcome in the month of Elul. And there's something else about this particular day, this day of Rosh Chodesh Elul, that is so significant, which is that on Rosh Chodesh Elul, Moses began to go up the mountain to receive the 2nd set of tablets. Our sages teach us that after the Israelites created the golden calf, God was angry, and yet God said eventually that God forgave the Jewish people. But it wasn't until Rosh Chodesh Elul that God was ready to give the second set of tablets. It wasn't until Rosh Chodesh Elul that God said, you know what? I don't want to hold on to this burden of resentment anymore. I'm ready to let go. I'm ready to try something new. I'm ready to rejoin this brit, this covenant with the Jewish people. And so God gave the second set of tablets. Moses goes up the mountain, and what day does Moses come down with the 10 Commandments? Our sages teach on Yom Kippur. This High Holy Day season is all about being able to let go of everything that is holding us back from creating a more promising future for ourselves, for building on more meaningful relationships with people around us. As we enter into this month, we ask ourselves, what is it that we are ready to let go of so that we can enter this new year with some more freedom in our hearts, ready to take on the possibilities in the year ahead? So I want to invite you to join me on page 519 as we offer the blessing for Rosh Chodesh, for the beginning of this new Hebrew month. Yehi ratzon milfanecha, Adonai Eloheinu v'Elohei avotenu v'yamotenu. Our God and God of our ancestors, may the new month bring us goodness and blessing. May we have long life, peace, and prosperity, a life exalted by Torah and reverence for the divine, a life in which the longings of our hearts are fulfilled for good. Rosh Chodesh Elul, Yihiyeh Hayom. The new month of Elul begins today. And I want to invite you to rise one more time. I know we have a lot of getting up and going down. But because one of the practices on Elul, as you very well might know, is to hear the sound of the shofar. And so tonight, after we've said that blessing, we have the ability to truly start our Holy Day season by hearing the shofar blast. Tekiah, Shivarim, Teruah, Tekiah. We remain standing as we prepare to return our Torah scroll.
It's Chaim hi lamachazikim ba betomcheha meushar deracheha darchei noam vechol netivoteha shalom. Hashivenu Adonai elecha v'nashuva Chadesh, Chadesh Yameinu, Chadesh Yameinu
On page 586, we remain standing as we turn to Aleinu.
עלינו לשבח לאדון הכל, לתת גדולה ליוצר ראשית, שלא עשנו כגויי הארצות, ולא שמנו כמשפחות האדמה, שלא שמנו כהם, וכל עלינו ככל המונם, אנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש
be seated. As we turn toward the end of our service, we take a moment to remember those who have died in recent days and weeks. We're remembering Mark Landisman, the son of Yuki and Andrew, and the twin brother of Sarah. We remember Patrice Fink, the sister-in-law of Hank Fink. And we remember Irv Siegelman, the husband of Sharon Siegelman. We're also observing the yard sites of Barbara Amsbury and Sarah Belzer Turkin, Edith Van Coyle, Rose Bidden, Dorothy Burke, Donald Church, Ann Cohn, Pauline Cohn, Louis Cooper Smith, Albert Davidson, Clara DeLucia, B. Diamond, Dennis Richard Engdahl, Herbert Engelberg, Melvin Eve, Lee Fishman, Max Fleischman, Stephen Fox, Julia Frisch, Edward Hurwitz, Sergio Igdal, Josephine Imhoff, Sharon Mulhern Hogan, David Joseph, Carmen Kelly, Joyce Klein, Estelle Klotz, Arthur Kofsky, Robert Crone, Rose Lynch, Morris Lavoie, Dr. Irving Mishkin, Sally Ornstein, Peter Joseph Paskus, Mary Pendrick, Nancy Proud, Louis Prupus, Joseph Reese, Joseph Samuel, Jenny Kaplan Sharon, Becky Schlechter, Jane Schloss, Marjorie Ann Schwartz, Gertrude Shapiro, Morris Siegel, Polina Susanoff, Sophie Stern, Millie Stern, Sanford Stern, George Schwartzman, Betty Waterman, Alvin Seymour Weinstein, Arthur Wayne, Hyman Yefsky, and Ada Yassifor. Is there anyone else who is remembering someone whose name was not mentioned? Yeah.
Bill Adams, who just passed away yesterday.
Bonnie Leopold is remembering Dr. Ruth Rubenstein in Shiva, and Shirley Kaufman in Shloshim.
Thank you. Yeah. For all the people whose names we've said out loud and all those whose memories we hold silently in our hearts, I invite us to rise as one community of care as we offer the Mourner's Kaddish on page 598. Yitkadal v'yitkadash shemei Rabbah, ve'amad yivrach herotei v'yamlich malchutei, v'chayachon u'vyomechon, uv'chayei d'kol beit Yisrael, ba'agala u'bizman kariv v'imru amen. Yehei shmei Rabbah mivarach le'alam olamei almaya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yatnaseh. V'yitzhadar v'yitzaleh v'yitzalal shemei dekudisha barichu. Le'elam min kol birchata v'shirata. Tushbachata v'nechamata. Damiram ve'alma v'imru amen. Yehei shlama rabba min shemaya. V'chayim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. Oseh shalom b'mromav. Hu ya'aseh shalom. Aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael ve'al kol yoshvei tevel v'imru amen. Zichronam livracha, may their memories always be a blessing. And together we say, amen.
Amen. Oseh shalom b'mromav, hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu. Oseh shalom b'mromav, hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu. Oseh shalom b'mromav, hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu. Ya'aseh shalom, ya'aseh shalom, shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom. And as we give one another hugs, I want to give a huge thanks to Bob Remstein for always adding so much to services. I encourage you to look inside of your handouts of all the wonderful things that are coming up. For everyone who's here, please go enjoy a wonderful oneg. For everyone who's online, please hang around so that you can enjoy being in breakout rooms with one another. Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.